What is going on, guys? EGM coming at you with a brand new video, and today I'm bringing you my predictions for the biggest combat sporting event to ever go down this Saturday, August 26th in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, between the notorious Conor McGregor and Floyd Money Mayweather. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so this is going to be Conor McGregor's first ever professional boxing match. It's going to be his pro boxing debut. As we all know, McGregor fights in the UFC, currently has a record of 21 wins and 3 losses. McGregor is an accomplished mixed martial artist. He's held a total of 3 titles in the UFC. He won an interim title belt by beating Chad Mendes. He TKO'd him in the second round. He then went on to unify the belts with the then current champion and pound for pound great Jose Aldo, in which it only took Conor McGregor 13 seconds to knock him out. After he annihilated Jose Aldo, he was then scheduled to fight Rafael dos Anjos for the 155-pound world title in an attempt to become the first ever fighter to hold 2 belts in 2 different weight classes at the same time. Now, this was back in 2016. A few weeks before the fight was scheduled to happen, Rafael dos Anjos pulled out. Nate Diaz stepped in on 2 weeks' notice. McGregor was having his way in the first round, but he bloodied Nate Diaz up badly in the first round before gassing out in the second. Nate Diaz wobbled him with a 1-2 combination and then was able to submit him once Conor McGregor shot for a takedown. Now, in that fight, Nate Diaz absolutely shocked the world. Now, at this point in the run that Conor McGregor was on, the attention that he was getting, nobody thought that Conor McGregor would lose, especially to Nate Diaz, but it happened. McGregor was humbled after that fight, called for a rematch. The fight got scheduled. They did it again. This time, Conor McGregor had a better game plan, was chopping Nate Diaz's leg up, had more success on the feet, knocked him down 3 times in total in the fight. It was still a very close fight. Conor McGregor came away with the majority decision victory. Now, in the 2 matches with Nate Diaz, we had seen something in McGregor that we hadn't seen before, and that was McGregor getting pushed to his limits, dealing with adversity. The first time around didn't go as planned. He lost the fight, obviously. The second time, he did much better. He came in better shape. He was much more prepared. Didn't take Nate Diaz for granted, and like I said, came away with a close decision that I wasn't mad at. I did give McGregor that fight, but it showed us a whole different side of Conor McGregor, that he wasn't just all talk, that he had heart and he has the desire to win and be a champion. And that's what he demonstrated in that fight with Nate Diaz, because he had never really been tested like that. Maybe against Chad Mendes did have some success in terms of wrestling, but he knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. He had fought guys like Dennis Seaver, Dustin Poirier, Marcus Bryan, but rather easier competition. He fought a very green Max Holloway. So the fights with Nate Diaz did make him better. Now, after that, he was scheduled to once again attempt to hold 2 belts at the same time in 2 different divisions against Eddie Alvarez at UFC 205 in Madison Square Garden, and he did it. He got the job done. He became the first ever fighter to earn that accomplishment as a 2-weight world champ in the UFC. He completely demolished Eddie Alvarez inside 2 rounds, knocked him down multiple times, hurt him badly, and put him away. But aside all the accolades that he's received in the UFC, the multiple world championship, he did something much greater. He put the UFC on the map. Conor McGregor is now a household name because of his persona, because he's so confident, because of his trash talking abilities, particularly the way he was able to break down opponents, not necessarily just in the mind game, but he would actually predict the way he would beat a lot of the guys that he went up against. He actually predicted the way Jose Aldo would overextend on the right hand and that he was going to land the left and knock him clean out. A lot of the things that he believed in his mind, he spoke into existence, because that's just the kind of guy he is. He's so confident in himself and in his abilities, and because of what he's been able to accomplish, he's been able to make a lot of money, because a lot of people want to pay to see him fight, because he is the true definition of a superstar. And Conor McGregor has been able to talk his way into a lot of great opportunities. A lot of people didn't think that a title shot against Jose Aldo because of the weaker competition that he had faced. His resume wasn't the most impressive, but he talked his way. He got a title shot. He got the job done. Like I said, he struggled twice with Nate Diaz, a guy that a lot of people thought he shouldn't have struggled with. Lost the first fight, barely got past the second fight, and then talked his way into getting an opportunity at the lightweight belt. And he got that opportunity, and he made the most of it. And now we're about to get into the fact that he's now fighting the biggest name in combat sports, Floyd Mayweather. A fight in which he's probably going to make more money from this event than he has ever made throughout all of his fights in the UFC combined. And all this is going down because McGregor knows how to market himself. He's such a smart businessman. And now he's going up against one of the best boxers to ever do it, a 5-weight world champion in Floyd Money Mayweather, who currently has a record of 49 wins, 0 losses. 26 of his wins come by knockout. This guy won a bronze medal in boxing in the 1996 Olympics, and he is, in my opinion, and also viewed by many as the best defensive boxer in the history of boxing. and he's also statistically the most accurate fighter since the introduction of CompuBox. He has wins on his resume against past and present stars like Oscar De La Hoya, Jose Luis Castillo, Marcos Maidana, Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley, Diego Corrales, Zab Judah, Canelo Alvarez. The list goes on and on. But the only knock I have on Mayweather's resume would be that he did fight a few of these fighters either before or past their prime. For example, he fought Canelo Alvarez when Canelo was only 22 years old. Very young, very green. Although very skilled, was too inexperienced in the ring to step inside there with a guy like Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, had already been knocked out. And Manny Pacquiao was a name that a lot of people linked to Floyd Mayweather for years, and Floyd Mayweather avoided the fight until finally he saw that Pacquiao had lost a step or was already getting up there in age, and Floyd knew he was in way better shape than Manny Pacquiao because throughout his career he hasn't really taken as much damage as Pacquiao. So the fight finally got made. Pacquiao was past his prime and Mayweather got the job done. Now these are just a few examples of Mayweather fighting these big names but waiting until the right situation. But I mean, I can't blame the guy. At the end of the day, the goal is to go out there, get paid, take care of your family, and not get beat up. So I think Floyd has been a great businessman throughout his career, and that's one of the reasons why he is the cash cow of boxing. But Floyd didn't do this throughout the entirety of his career. He's made a majority of these decisions or picked questionable fights when he was already at the top, on his way to the top, when he was starting out, when he was making a name for himself, on his rise to stardom. He fought big names. He fought Arturo Gatti. He fought Diego Corrales, Shane Mosley, Zab Judah. So he has put in his work. He has fought in top competition, and that's one of the reasons why he's the best. I mean, as I said, this guy is undoubtedly the best defensive boxer in the history. His hand speed is on point. His technique is beautiful. Excellent footwork and head movement. Always comes in shape. It doesn't matter if he was fighting Andre Berto or Oscar De La Hoya. Mayweather trains as if this is the biggest fight of his career and hardest matchup that he'll ever face. It's just the mindset he has. It's just the way he's training. That's why he's remained on top. He's always in incredible shape. He's one of the smartest boxers that we're ever going to get to see. And he has a pretty good chin. I mean, you guys may say, oh, well, he's a defensive fighter. He likes to dance around. He likes to point fight. He doesn't really stand there and bang. So how are you going to say he has a good chin? He's been tested. DeMarcus Corley landed a few good shots, wobbled him badly in their fight back in 2004. Shane Mosley wobbled him badly in their fight. Marcos Maidana had him hurt at the end of one of the rounds in their second fight. Zab Judah also landed a few hard punches. So we've seen Mayweather wobbled, but his recovery is tremendous. He has a great chin, but it is rare when we see Floyd Mayweather hurt because he's just that good defensively. So let's get into the predictions now. He's going up against Conor McGregor, a mixed martial artist. Now, there's a lot of people that actually believe that Conor McGregor has a chance in this fight. I'm not one of those people that are going to say Conor McGregor is going to go in there and knock Floyd Mayweather out inside 4 rounds just like McGregor is predicting. Now, I am a huge UFC fan. I love MMA. I'm a bit of a bigger fan of mixed martial arts than I am of boxing, but I'm not going to stand here and say that McGregor has a chance to win this fight because in all reality, I do not think he does. Now, I'm not going to say that McGregor's not going to land one clean shot on him because I think he will land a few clean shots, especially early on, because I think it's going to take some time for Floyd Mayweather to adjust to something that he's never seen before. McGregor has 2 inches of reach on him. He's an inch taller than him. His stance is going to be so awkward because of the movement that McGregor uses when he's fighting. He's just so unorthodox and unpredictable, and it works for him. But that's in mixed martial arts. In boxing is a whole different sport. You're just restricted to using your hands. You're not allowed to kick. You're not allowed to take the fight to the ground, to wrestle. Now, an MMA fighter has to implement all that in his training, because one fight you can be going up against a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The next fight you can be going up against an Olympic wrestler or one of the best karate fighters in the world, one of the best Muay Thai practitioners. Your opponents vary in mixed martial arts, whereas boxing, all you train is with your hands. Your fists are the only weapons that you're allowed to use inside a boxing ring. Now boxing is something that Floyd Mayweather has trained since he's been a small boy. He's dedicated his life to this craft and he's mastered it. He's one of the best to ever do it. So you're really gonna sit there and tell me that a mixed martial artist who's never stepped inside a boxing ring for a professional fight, currently has a record of 0-0, 0 fights in terms of professional boxing, is gonna go in there, solve the defensive puzzle that is Floyd Mayweather, and knock him out inside 4 rounds, something that's never been done before. He's never even hit the canvas, and you're telling me that McGregor's gonna come in here, march him down, and knock him out? That's not gonna happen. Now McGregor's best chance is gonna be to land that left hand, especially now that instead of using 10-ounce gloves, they're gonna be using 8-ounce gloves, right? So his best chance is gonna be to land that punch. Now in a fight, hands are flying, coming from all different angles, all different directions. All it takes is one on the right spot for anyone to get knocked out. It doesn't matter who's throwing the punch. But Conor McGregor's power is a bit overrated. I'm not saying that it doesn't have power, because obviously he knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. Obviously he has power in that left hand, but I think it's overrated in the fact that they make it seem as if one shot is enough to put you to sleep. That's not the case. He wasn't able to put Nate Diaz to sleep. He didn't sleep Eddie Alvarez. It was a TKO. He didn't sleep Chad Mendes. It was a TKO, and it's only because Chad Mendes gassed out. He took the fight on 2 weeks notice, and this is with 4-ounce gloves. Now he's using 8-ounce gloves against a professional boxer, one of the best to ever do it, and you're expecting me to think that he's gonna go out there and land that shot as if he's gonna make easy work of Floyd Mayweather. Now there have been a few times where I think Floyd Mayweather lost. That was to Jose Luis Castillo the first fight and Marcos Maidana the first fight, because they were able to put pressure, because they were able to get in Floyd Mayweather's space, because they were sloppy and aggressive. So I do think that they did win the first time around against Floyd Mayweather. Now these guys got another opportunity, right? Another crack at Mayweather. After the first time around, they had a lot of success, both Maidana and Jose Luis Castillo. In the second fight, it wasn't even close. Mayweather came back, got the job done, won the fights decisively. So imagine someone who has 2 cracks at solving that puzzle and wasn't able to get the job done clearly. Not only that, but those guys were also professional boxers. They dedicate their life to this sport. Now I'm not saying that McGregor doesn't have hands. He's a good boxer, he's a good striker, but his technique in terms of boxing is not on the same level of Floyd Mayweather. And also, like I said, if McGregor wants to have a chance to win this fight, he's gonna have to put pressure. He's gonna have to make the fight dirty, gritty, sloppy, but he's gonna have to keep up that pace. He gets gassed inside 3 rounds of the UFC, and you expect me to think that Conor McGregor is gonna go in there and last 12 rounds? As soon as the fight gets past the first 4 rounds, it's over from then and there. I give Conor McGregor a puncher's chance, and a puncher's chance only, inside the 4 rounds. After that, it's going to be a cakewalk. Floyd Mayweather is in way better shape. He's way faster. He's way smarter than Conor McGregor inside a boxing ring. And he's going to get the job done. He's going to make it look rather easy, even at 40 years old. Conor McGregor doesn't have enough experience in the boxing ring to even compete with a guy like Floyd Mayweather. So I do see this fight going the distance. I'm not going to be the kind of guy that says Floyd Mayweather is going to finish the fight, because I don't think he has the power to knock Conor McGregor out like some people do. But I do think Floyd Mayweather is going to make easy work of Conor McGregor, especially in the later rounds. But I mean, aside from all this, I do see why people are giving Conor McGregor a chance. Floyd Mayweather hasn't really dealt with this kind of size discrepancy since Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was 2 inches taller, had an inch of reach advantage. Conor McGregor is 1 inch taller than Floyd Mayweather, 2-inch reach advantage. So I do kind of see why, because Conor McGregor is the bigger guy, but skill-wise inside a ring, he has no shot. He's nowhere near the same caliber fighter as Floyd Mayweather. And I mean, the only 2 people that I think can beat Floyd Mayweather at this stage in his career would be Canelo Alvarez now and Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Outside of that, it's hard for any other boxer to hang in there with Floyd Mayweather, and it's going to be even more difficult for a mixed martial artist to come in here and win a fight on this big of a stage. Mayweather's just been doing this for so long. He knows the ring like the back of his hand. He's going to go in there and get the job done. I give McGregor 2 rounds tops. I think he'll win 2 rounds. Mayweather wins 10 and comes away with the unanimous decision victory and walks away with the WBC money belt. Now, I know in this video it may sound like I'm bashing on Conor McGregor. I'm not. I support this fight. These 2 guys are going out here doing the biggest event that's ever been done in combat sports. They're going to make tons of money, and you know, I give them credit for that. They're both excellent businessmen, both great fighters in their respective sports. But I just don't see how McGregor can come in here and beat one of the best to ever do it. Now, if you like this video, these predictions, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.